wanted to know what's your favorite Studio Ghibli movie and why, please.
Princess Mononoke was the first one I watched, and that started the whole roller coaster for me. Absolutely love Studio Ghibli. The place I want to visit most in this world is Japan, and I have to see that studio. What was the last one I saw? The last one I saw was actually the saddest movie I've ever seen. God, what was it? The Fireflies one? Oh my God, that's depressing. That a Studio Ghibli film. It's about these orphans going through the war, and like things just keep getting worse and worse and worse, and that's it. God, that's so sad. Yeah, very few movies you watch are actually just like there's no light at the end of the tunnel. No.
Hi.
Hi.
So my question is a bit related to the last one. What's your favorite anime?
My favorite anime? Oof, that's a loaded question too. You know what? I'm gonna say it's got to be between Dragon Ball. Although I mean Dragon Ball is an anime because that was such a big part of my life. It's between Dragon Ball and Naruto, and a lot of that is Naruto's great. I was really sad when it was over. But a lot of it is because of just the simple message. It's such a simple, there are way technically better animes, but these characters are so simple and just pure-hearted, and it's just something that I grew up like looking up to, So like my biggest influences are cartoon characters, Goku, Naruto, because they're kind of stupid. But they're just so good-hearted, and like Naruto is so stupid, right? He does all these idiotic things, and he's stubborn to a fault where even when it's impossible, everyone's like, you can't do that, this is why. And they're like, no, I still gotta befriend this evil person. And it's like, what a way to fight evil than, he fights hate with love. And that's such a beautiful thing, fighting hate with love, and I wish more people would do that. And you get it from an anime, and for that reason alone, I just absolutely love Naruto, and just all the storylines. And that was like the first, that was the first show where I started shipping characters. A lot of good memories with Naruto. I'm really glad he ended up with Hinata. So cute.
Hey, so I'm wondering which house from Harry Potter?
I'm Gryffindor. I used to think it's because I'm reading Harry Potter, therefore I'm like, okay, then you empathize with Harry and then you're Gryffindor. But no, like there's certainly I have a couple of friends that are Hufflepuffs and a few Ravenclaws. Like certain people just know. And for me, I have hero syndrome, especially with the shows that I grew up watching. And I take as many of those Potterhead tests as I can, and just, I'm Gryffindor every time. I went to Universal Studios last year. Got the full outfit. It's expensive, but I couldn't help myself. Harry Potter. Yeah. Let's not talk about Harry Potter for too long. We could talk about it all day. I got the Elder Wand. I had the option of getting the one with the little crystal, and then you can go around the park and just do magic tricks, but then it wouldn't be authentic because it'd have a little crystal that they need, to signal. And I figured there would be kids doing it, and I didn't want to push them out of the way. So I'm like, okay, I won't give myself that temptation. I really wanted to, though. Harry Potter. Okay, sorry. Thank you.
First, I would like to thank you for giving me the best birthday experience I've ever had.
Happy birthday! Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to
Alex.
Happy birthday to you. There you go. This one.
And I would like to ask you, if you weren't an actor, what do you think you were going to be?
My first career of choice, I went through a few. I wanted to be a pro wrestler. That was my first job that I really wanted. Then I wanted to be the first Asian Prime Minister of Canada. Which really ties in with Kevin, really nicely. And then I wanted to be a stuntman. And that was the last one before an actor. And if I wasn't an actor, I'd probably still be doing stunt work.
Awesome, thank you. Do you want a jelly bean?
Yeah, sure. It's like my birthday. Thank you.
Hey, Osric.
Hi.
Given that it's the last day of Comic-Con, sadly, I want to ask you, what did you think about it, about our Comic-Con, and especially how would you compare it to other similar conventions that you've been worldwide?
Okay, can I say how well organized this is? That's the first thing that struck me, is that it is so well organized. Every single one of the volunteers, all of them standing in the aisles, hey, like they're everywhere. They're all on it. They all know what they're doing. They all have been trained. You know, they are fans themselves, but you know, they just keep everything running really smoothly. I mean, I probably don't know about it, but I haven't seen any major catastrophes or disasters. And usually there's a couple that happen. The last one I was at, there was a fake gunshot that turned real, and someone lost an eye. It was bad, really bad. But you know, crazy things like that happen all the time. I mean, it wasn't. There's no intention behind it, but it's just like, okay, if you don't follow these protocols that are there for safety, you know, then things like that will happen. But yeah, I mean, for a third edition, this is incredible. And I wasn't going to cosplay here at all. It was not my intention, but yesterday I came to the costume contest, and there was a part of me that just wished that more people came in costume. And that's part of what really makes a Comic-Con for me, because before, you know, being on stage as a guest, I was an attendee, I was sitting in the seats, and you know, I was a cosplayer, and that was part of the reasons why it was such a fun thing for me to do. You know, you look forward to these events, you put your costume together, and it was like the big thing that year or that month or however many you decide to go to. And I just wanted to kind of encourage that culture, and that's why I came today in a costume, because I mean, you guys are all on it. You know, you're growing steadily. I think next year's going to be even bigger. And just like San Diego Comic-Con, like the first time I went was still a huge thing, but there weren't that many cosplayers. The last time I went, there were like 50–60% of people in costume. And it's just such a different environment where everyone just like buys into it and they commit to these crazy, outrageous things. And it just, you guys then become as much of the convention as everyone that's invited here and all the exhibitors as well. And that's something that I would love to see happen for Eastern European Comic-Con, and I think it's well on its way. So hopefully next year you're all back, and you know, this place is just filled with color, but you know, from costumes that you've made at home. It's really fun. You should give it a try. And don't